From awkward wall crawls in the 1970s to billion-dollar multiverse blockbusters in the 2020s, Spider-Man's cinematic journey is nothing short of legendary. This is the full story of how a friendly neighborhood hero became a global box office icon, told through every era, reboot, and unforgettable swing across the silver screen. Our web-slinging tale begins in 1977, when Spider-Man first appeared in live action.
Spider-Man.
Played by Nicholas Hammond, this Peter Parker wasn't battling intergalactic threats or time anomalies. He was mostly climbing walls using obvious wires and confronting street-level crime in slow motion. These TV movies, including Spider-Man, 1977, Spider-Man Strikes Back, 1978, and Spider-Man, The Dragon's Challenge, 1979, were modestly produced and aired primarily on television in the US, but some were released in theaters overseas. With a shoestring budget estimated at around $300,000 per episode and no big villains or emotional arcs, this version of Spidey was more novelty than blockbuster. Still, for many fans, it was their first glimpse of Spider-Man in real life, and it proved there was an appetite for seeing superheroes on screen. Interestingly, the wall-crawling effect was achieved with a mix of practical effects and camera tilts, making it groundbreaking for its time despite looking cheesy today. After 2 decades of development hell, legal hurdles, and failed attempts to bring Spider-Man to the big screen, everything changed in 2002. That's when director Sam Raimi and actor Tobey Maguire delivered the first true cinematic Spider-Man. With a budget of $139 million, Spider-Man became a cultural phenomenon, swinging to $825 million at the global box office. Maguire's earnest, shy Peter Parker resonated with audiences, and Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin became a standout villain. Fun fact, Dafoe performed many of his own stunts and even endured long hours in a claustrophobic Green Goblin suit. This film reignited interest in superhero movies at a time when the genre was still finding its footing, and its upside-down kiss scene became an instant pop culture moment. The success led to 2004's Spider-Man 2, often hailed as one of the greatest superhero films ever made. With a budget of $200 million, it featured Alfred Molina's emotionally complex Dr. Octopus and delved deeper into Peter Parker's internal struggles. It earned $789 million worldwide and set new standards for storytelling in comic book adaptations. Critics and fans alike praised the film's emotional depth, stunning train fight sequence, and tight script. Raimi's balance of action, humor, and human drama cemented the film's legacy. By the time Spider-Man 3 hit theaters in 2007, expectations were sky-high. With a massive $258 million budget, it packed in multiple villains, Sandman, Venom, and New Goblin, and tried to wrap up several character arcs. It grossed $894 million globally, making it a financial success despite mixed reviews. The infamous Emo Peter dance sequence became a meme legend, and the film's crowded plot left fans divided. Behind the scenes, Raimi reportedly wanted to focus on Sandman and the symbiote but was pressured by Sony to include Venom, leading to creative compromises. Despite its flaws, the visual effects and performances still hold nostalgic charm. Sony was preparing for Spider-Man 4 with Maguire and Raimi, with plans to feature Vulture and Black Cat, but creative differences and script issues led to its cancellation. Instead, Sony opted for a reboot, introducing a new Peter Parker in 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield stepped into the role, bringing more edge and charisma to the character, while director Mark Webb emphasized a more grounded, realistic tone. With a $230 million budget, the film earned $758 million worldwide. Garfield's chemistry with Emma Stone, who played Gwen Stacy, was a highlight, and the film introduced a new origin story, featuring Peter's parents and a more science-heavy angle. The film's web-slinging scenes were praised for their realism and use of first-person perspectives, giving viewers a fresh look at Spidey's agility. 2 years later, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was released with hopes of expanding into a larger Spider-Man cinematic universe. Its budget ballooned to $250 million, and while it featured striking visuals and introduced iconic characters like Electro, Jamie Foxx, the Green Goblin, and Rhino, it struggled with pacing and villain overload. It earned $709 million at the global box office, underperforming compared to expectations. Fans were disappointed by the inconsistent tone and underdeveloped subplots. However, the film delivered one of the most emotionally impactful scenes in the franchise, the death of Gwen Stacy. Garfield's raw reaction earned critical praise, and many still regard his performance as the film's strongest element. Enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In a historic deal between Sony and Marvel Studios, Spider-Man was brought into the MCU. A new era began with Tom Holland making his debut as Peter Parker in 2016's Captain America: Civil War. Audiences loved Holland's youthful energy and natural blend of nerdiness and courage. He brought a fresh take to the character that felt more like the comics than ever before. Holland was only 19 when he auditioned and impressed producers with his gymnastic skills. His solo film, Spider-Man: Homecoming, 2017, followed, with a $175 million budget and a box office haul of $880 million. Featuring Michael Keaton as the Vulture and the mentorship of Tony Stark, the film grounded Peter in the real world while keeping the stakes personal. The twist revealing Vulture as the father of Peter's crush, Liz, shocked audiences and added emotional weight to the story. Then came Spider-Man: Far From Home, 2019, which saw Peter grieving Tony Stark's death and trying to enjoy a school trip to Europe. With a $160 million budget, it became the first Spider-Man film to cross $1 billion at the box office, ending with a jaw-dropping reveal of Peter's identity. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio used high-tech illusions instead of magic, adding a modern twist to classic deception. The film blended superhero spectacle with teen comedy and travel adventure, keeping it light while raising the stakes. But nothing could prepare fans for what came next. Spider-Man: No Way Home, 2021, was a cinematic event unlike any other. With a $200 million budget and nearly $2 billion in global earnings, it brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in a multiverse crossover that united 3 generations of Spider-Men. Fans cried, cheered, and watched it again and again. It was fan service done right and a love letter to the character's cinematic legacy. Behind the scenes, efforts to keep the returning actor's secret created one of the most intense speculation periods in movie fandom history. It also gave Garfield's Spider-Man a beautiful moment of redemption, saving MJ in a way he couldn't save Gwen. The film earned critical acclaim and became one of the highest-grossing films of all time, despite being released during the pandemic. As of now, the future of Spider-Man looks just as exciting. Tom Holland is expected to return for a 4th MCU film, rumored to explore a darker, more mature side of Peter Parker after the emotional fallout of No Way Home. Meanwhile, the animated Spider-Verse series has taken the world by storm, though that's a story for another day. Other spin-offs like Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, and even talks of a live-action Miles Morales are in development. From experimental TV beginnings to billion-dollar blockbusters, Spider-Man's evolution on screen reflects not just advancements in technology and storytelling, but also the enduring appeal of a hero who always gets back up, no matter how many times he falls. Through every reboot, every swing, and every heart-wrenching moment, one thing's clear: Spider-Man will always be one of cinema's most beloved icons, and with great power comes endless storytelling possibilities.